Okay, now for the dairy-free version of Hasselback's. Obviously, you know, you don't... It's difficult for me. My lad loves his food, and we like to encourage him to eat as many different flavours while we can. He is on... we heavily think, as do many of us, that he's on the quite harsher side of autism. But he does enjoy his food, he enjoys his veg. But sadly... He's completely dairy free. He can't even have soya. He's got a full dairy allergy. Something to do with similar shared protein between soya and milk. So therefore anything with soya or milk is a no-go. Even the may contain stuff at times. So your choice is at this stage, okay. We're going to add a little bit of salt because, you know, salt's good. And then once you've done that, you can either use fry light, okay, or be, you know, nice. I'm going to drizzle his in a bit of olive oil, and I'm not going to add any more like I will with butter. What I'll do is I'll go back in and baste it with the oil that's on the bottom of the pan. On the bottom of the pan. So those are my dairy-free Hasselbacks ready to go. They're going to go in the oven at 200 degrees and take around 45 minutes. Right. Oh. Bit of a natural light coming out. I'm not sure I like the natural light. It's a little bit weird. Doesn't really come into the kitchen, I say. But on to the rest of our prep now. Okay, that should be okay. There we go. Nice and clear. I got some no stock chicken stock. I'm just going to make about 200-300 mils of that. Let that, maybe a little bit more, maybe about 400 mils. So I'm doing 2 lots for the. So going to get our garlic. Okay, we've got some delicious. This stuff. This is a oak smoked roasted garlic, I believe, and I think I'm going to pretty much use all this when I can get it out of the packaging, which I am currently sucking at. Actually, there we go. And I suck at doing this, so I'm just going to do this and go. And yeah, so this is, oh, it seems relatively easy. I've got about half and put over there, and I think I'm going to plane it. I prefer to do it using a bit of a microplane than finally chopping, because my chopping skills aren't the best, and today my hands aren't feeling it neither. So get all that rubbish off the board. And hopefully these should now, without much, say without much, my first piddly little one gets quite fiddly. I'm going to peel this garlic. I mean, there's lots of ways of doing this. People say shaking it, you know, putting it in a tub and shaking it, and I don't know if it works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So I'm just doing it old fashioned, and I'm just going to... There's another one. So obviously again, with garlic, you know how much garlic you like. You don't really want to overpower this, you know, but you need some bold, strong flavours to go with that rich creaminess from the double cream that's going to be used in the as the base of the sauce. Oops. And this is doing a terrible job of this. Really terrible job, in fact. But I think we're getting to the end of it now. So getting to the end of it, and then each one I get becomes harder. Well, there you go. Am I going to bother with that one? Yeah, I will. Oh, and there we go. There's our garlic, and all I'm going to do is going to microplane that. Again, lose my microplane. There we are. Nice and easy. And I'm just going to finally grate this into a small dish. Just something that's going to enable me to hold it till I need it. And I will use the little chunks as well. So what I'll do, it'll only go so far, and then you'll run out of room, so I will use it because it'll cut through. Must admit, this was one of my best buys last year. You know, really cheap, along with the air fryer. But this cost literally pennies, and it really does help, particularly when you want that kind of fine thing, like, you know, parmesan, for instance. So you know, you want your very, very finely grated cheese, or, you know, garlic and ginger, and this comes in really useful. So I'll probably use those little rough cuts in mine, which is fine. Oh, missed one there. Oh, that smell is beautiful. Good to go on that one. And obviously, as we're going along, we're going to do thing. So whilst this cooks, what I'm also going to do, I was going to do some blanched, but I'm going to do some roasted broccolini as well on the side rather than blanched. That's really easy to do as well. Ignore the old pans, they are older, well used, they look dirty, they're not dirty, it's just cheap pan and wear and tear. So all I'm going to do, throw that in. Person not bothered about the leaves. You might want to take a few off. I'll take a few off. There's quite a few leaves on these, so I'll take a few off. That's fine. When you're happy with that, nice and easy. Again, generous helping of thing on top. So these only need literally, I'd say, around 5 minutes. Now I don't have any fresh lemon today, but I do have some cheap lemon juice. Oh, actually, do I? No, I do. No, I don't. I thought I did. I thought everyone had done. So I've got some normal lemon juice here. Okay. And then obviously good generous. Okay. And then make sure that's nice and mixed. Smell it. There's a bit more lemon on there, I think. And then that's just going to go in the oven. This takes no longer than 15 minutes at 200 degrees. Obviously it's up to you how hard you want that broccoli. I like a bit of bite. My partner doesn't. So that's quite soft, but usually 15 minutes is a nice happy medium. And now on to the slightly easiest. I'm going to need a lot of cleaning after this though to make sure we don't cross-contaminate. Obviously, for any chicken dish, we need chicken. So we're going to get our breasts, okay, and we're gonna have them butterfly them, I think. That's fine, that's one. That doesn't need much butterfly, but that'll do. Horrible piece one. That one, that's fine. And then last but not least, this one. Okay. Make them into pieces. And then I am going to scrub that board clean. Be nice and they'll be put away. What I am going to do though is get some cling film. You could use baking paper. I just have to use cling film. You could argue that it's not necessarily good for the environment, and I'd agree with you. But it is what it is. And now what I want is I'm just going to there we go, job done. Now some of these I'm going to do later for me, but as for the kids, nice and easy this one. We're going to about 80 to 100 grams of plain flour, which is fine. Listen, this might be under, this might be over. I think that's about 100, maybe a bit less, more actually. And go about 1 to 2 tablespoons. Now you could use small paprika, but again, I don't really want to overload this. There's about 1.5 tablespoons there, and then we're just going to put some, and yes, the rubbish one, some basic salt in there, and then a little bit of pepper. White if you want a bit of spice, black's fine if you just want that kind of seasoning, and that's fine. All I'm going to do, mix that in. And all we're going to do is going to baste it slightly, rest it. So I'm going to get time. Oh, ignore the noise. So all I'm going to do is coat it, then rest it in there, okay? And that's pretty much it. That's the hard work over. The broccoli's cooking, and this should, in theory, be done in time. So there's my first, my first breast. In we go, coated. This is just to help brown the chicken, give it a bit of nice flavour first, and obviously that flour will help coat the base of the pan, okay? Ready to thicken with our sauce when we add our chicken stock, garlic and our cream. Now obviously this is paprika and garlic. You want that paprika taste, and you do want the garlic taste to come through. So don't be skimpy on that. Okay, and then this one, last but not least, like I say, I'm doing 2 more for me later, okay, but this is enough for the partner and the children. So we're just going to let that rest for all of 5 minutes, job done. Okay, and just the last thing actually before I start cooking, when I find it, just adds that little bit more dimension, a little bit more fragrance, I suppose. We're just going to give a good shot. It doesn't matter whether it's fat leaf or not. I'm going to go for stalks as well. We want quite a good generous bunch of this, and as per usual we're going to butcher the chopping, but we are going to finely chop this. We want this quite finely chopped. Job done. And now onto our dairy free. Oh, made a mess of that. That's coming along nice for that. So again, form this on that side. And once the broccoli's done, which does take literally 15 minutes, that's it, well, job done. And I'm just going to put this in the bowl. Beautiful, healthy-ish, if you allow for the olive oil. Oh, can't get the last out. And there you go, another beautiful side. Oh no. That was a bit messy that, but ignite. There we go. There are our dairy-free Hasselback potatoes. My son will absolutely love these, and they're going to go well with this meal this evening. Oops. So, our chicken now is well and truly done. Or it should be cooked anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that from a frying pan. Just check underneath. Yeah, nice and brown. It's going to go back in a minute anyway. So 1, 2, 3. And we're going to leave that delicious bit there. Not going to clean that pan. And then obviously we're going to get on with the cooking. And there is our dairy-free version. Just so I don't get confused, I'm going to go on my lad's plate. Well, that's job done. You can turn it on, make sure it is. Look at that, beautiful, absolutely beautiful, done. So that's that one done. So now onwards with the sauces. Here we go, 3, 2 and 1. We need not a lot of oil in that one, so I'm going to actually add a little bit more oil. Because what I want to do is I want some of this delicious garlic. I'm really going to go generous with that. And then to our dairy-free version, we've added some chicken stock. I'm just going to put that through. Beautiful. Okay. Now to this pan. Generous, generous helping of cream. And what we're going to do, we're going to go in with some more, when I can find it, another tablespoon of paprika or so. Okay, and this is our dairy-free version, so I can't get this, sorry, not our dairy-free version, this is our full dairy version, so I'm just going to bring that to a boil. That'll thicken up with ease, but we're just going to cook it all through. For my plant-free version, we have some of this. Oh, Flora plant-based double. There's no dairy, obviously, and there's absolutely no soya in, which is good. So again, I'm going to whack that up, bring that to a simmer, and I'm going to bring in another bit of paprika. And now we're just going to cook these through. So that's going to come to a boil. To the dairy-free version, we're also going to add a generous amount of parsley. Not put so much in this because, to be fair, this is too much sauce. But there we go. So now that's all bubbling, it's cooking away nicely. Now this is cooking nicely. We are going to add our, oh, there we are, chicken. So we're going for about 3 to 4 minutes maximum on this. Oh. And there we go, our delicious dairy-free chicken with paprika and a garlic cream sauce. Absolutely delicious. Let's serve. Okay, and to the serving. Oops, I'm going to do that. But yes, this is the dairy-free version. So we have our very hot dairy-free, very hot dairy-free Hasselback potatoes, some lovely Tenderstem broccoli, and then of course, last but not least, our beautiful chicken breast with our plant-based cream sauce. Delicious. And there you go. Dairy free chicken and a paprika and garlic sauce. No soy, no dairy. Beautiful Hasselback mini potatoes that have been cooked in olive oil and some roasted broccoli. Whatever's on your plate this evening, please do enjoy what you eat and eat what you enjoy. The only question left to ask is, and please hit that subscribe button, what's on your plate? Peace! As usual, don't forget, wherever or whenever you are viewing this video, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe. Click links to the right to see some more of my beautiful, delicious recipes. Give that notification bell a ring to be informed of future content. And last but not least, comment below what's on your plates.